tells Pernell Whitaker not to push Paez to the canvas on the back of the neck.
Whitaker's starting to jab to the body early.
And Paez begins to flail to the body, and he got one in.
Which is important. If you know that this fight may go 12 rounds, whoever gets in the better body punches earlier is going to have an easier night. Whitaker tries to retaliate by going back to the body.
Whitaker coming straight up the middle and so far able to stop Paez's charges with hard punches right to the face.
There were some pre-fight discussions about Paez keeping his right hand extended without throwing it. It's a dangerous thing to do because a lot of fighters run into that and get hurt without even punch being thrown.
Again, Whitaker puts the back of his arm on the back of Paez's neck, and Mills Lane with another discussion. They touch gloves, and here we go. Less than a minute in round one.
Started to reach his hand behind his back and do some clowning Whitaker did earlier. Hard to be with a clown and not clown, you know?
Do you think it's any specific problem for Paez fighting a southpaw, or is he so unconventional that it doesn't much matter?
I think these guys are so well experienced. It doesn't matter what they do as far as southpaws and position. Whitaker is so quick, at least previously. It didn't matter where his feet were. He could throw good punches. You know?
Whitaker lands an uppercut.
Paez is going to have to keep his right foot on the outside. Pernell Whitaker.
Another hard left-hand uppercut from Whitaker, and that is the one punch that he said in our meeting yesterday could be the key to the fight. Round one coming to a close, and that Paez coming forward. Whitaker trying to pick him off with the jab and follow with the uppercut.
Good body punch. Pernell Whitaker is establishing his power early.
And after the body punch, he rung the bell with the left hand.
The idea he's trying to do, as he stated earlier, is to keep his hands on Paez at all times. Whether it's a hard punch or not a punch, keep touching.
Solid left hand from Whitaker. Paez momentarily stunned.
Try it again. Come on, come on.
Again, Mills Lane talks to Whitaker about holding Paez at the back of the head.
Paez seems to have so much confidence, weighs in whether he gets hit or not.
The right hand by Paez was blocked by a glove.
All right, get back.
George Paez is going to have to be busier than this if he's going to bother Pernell.
Pernell Whitaker is dynamic, which means even when he's standing still, there's some motion that you can't even hardly notice. And it makes you off balance. You think, if I throw, I'm going to miss. He's going to hit me. After about 5 rounds, you'll see Paez decide, hey, I don't care whether I miss or not, I'm going to throw punches. Boy, what a great body punch. Left hook to the body. He can land 5 or 6 of those. He could have an easy night. That body punch is still hurting Pernell Whitaker. Left hook to the body.
And a right hand sneaks through the guard of Pernell Whitaker, so Paez is beginning to step up the aggression. When Whitaker lands a right and continues to hold his ground when he stops and punches.
Interesting, Whitaker decides to back straight up. He thinks about what his corner told him, go in a circle, and he stops.
Good right hand lead by Paez. Tries it again, and this time it's blocked. Left hand by Paez landed.
Box and move tonight, or am I going to fight? You're not going to be able to do both of them with this guy.
As you look at Paez's forays, you might remember that Whitaker had a little bit of trouble in the first 5 rounds against a thoroughly unconventional, almost amateurish-looking Oli Diaz. Sometimes if you are a very disciplined, conventional fighter, the wild guy can give you trouble.
That's right, because you can't get set. You don't know what they're going to do. If you duck to the left, he may just scratch you. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Pernell Whitaker's handlers don't like the fact that Paez keeps his left glove open and slaps at opponents to hold them out of the way.
It's a dangerous thing. Eventually you can have a swollen eye and not even be an effective punch to do it.
Good exchange in the middle of the ring, both men landing.
Paez seems to be so strong.
Lands a left.
Paez keeps chopping away with that right hand lead. Which is the only way to fight a southpaw. You keep feeding them right hands, whether you hit them or not. Just keep throwing it because it throws them out.
Whitaker's jab is starting to shorten up. A Paez left landed flush on Whitaker's face. As round 3 comes to a close, Pernell Whitaker is no longer extending the right jab fully.
Trying to coast a bit. He's throwing away a lot of energy. There you coast. Go for a good punch.
Left hand landed inside for Whitaker. Now he tries to go back to the body. George, between rounds in Paez's corner, they asked him to keep going forward. They said Whitaker doesn't like to back up.
That's true. Not to back up, but he likes moving to the circling. Whitaker, as you notice, he'll take 3 steps backwards and then he'll circle. And when you back him up, he panics and he goes straight back.
Paez with the roundhouse whacks at the ribs and the temple. Landed 1 or 2.
Whitaker got hurt with a good left hook to the body. Been 2 left hooks tonight to really hurt Pernell Whitaker. He's a great fighter, but he's going to have to fight tonight.
And as this continues, Whitaker is in no position to jab and use the boxing skills that ought to be his edge.
He's using his elbow and he's doing the things that weightlifters do. They try to use their strength. Well, it's not an easy thing to tell lightweights to go messing around with weight.
But they're a lightweight.
Minutes to go in round number 4. A consummate boxer, Pernell Whitaker, getting into more and more of a brawl against a Jorge Paez who appears to have adjusted easily to Whitaker's early dominance with the jab and body punch.
That's right. He's turned the fight into the kind of fight he won. He's landing punches. Whitaker's strong, but the chin is the same chin that was an Olympian.
And we might find out tonight just how much punching power Pernell Whitaker has, because he's getting the chance to land shots inside.
Believe me, he can punch. But he's going to have to establish to this guy, I'm not running from you.
Short, straight punches.
Time you can't be ashamed to get in there and move around. You just start running for a while. It's like riding a horse to hold on to the horn on the saddle. You shouldn't be ashamed of it.
Good uppercut from Whitaker. 3 or 4 punches landed. Now Paez with another right hand to the head of Whitaker. They are exchanging punches at close quarters, with both men landing frequently.
Pernell Whitaker's a sharp puncher.
George, if you're in Paez's corner, are you totally happy with this slugfest so far?
Yes, it's definitely his fight. He doesn't want this fight to go any other way. He's going to scratch, make the guy lean in and bump with him. Eventually, both will have a scar or 2 on their face.
And if you're in Whitaker's corner, you would ask him to get up more on his toes.
Yeah, move on your toes. Jab this guy. Hit him when you want to. When you don't want to hit him, don't be hit. When Whitaker is coasting, he's taking a punch. See?
Paez has a good chin. When he's in trouble, it is because he is cut. It is seldom because he's been knocked out.
When Whitaker takes a rest, he gets hit. He should take a rest by being 5, at least 3 feet from the guy. I would tell him to hold the guy to step 4 feet back, make the guy walk to him.
Grueling exchanges in the center of the ring. No more.
That body punch by Whitaker hurt.
He's landed several heavy body
a good right to the body of Paez.
George, stop the presses. I think I just saw an attempted jab by Paez.